Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's session. We got a lot of cool things to talk about, and wow, so much. I could probably make an hour-long video tonight, maybe even 2-hour video. I've been researching so much, and the more I research, the more I find. But yeah, thank you guys for all the support. We just did the video on Algorand. That was pretty cool. But like always, please subscribe, please like, please leave comments in the comment section. We're on a mission for 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers, I'm able to do live streams, I'm able to do Q&As, I'm able to do a lot more on the platform. I really want to start off with this quote because we started this from video 1. Be fearful when others are greedy. And I think and then it goes, and be greedy when others are fearful. So right now, I've never seen as much excitement, as much greed. Everybody that wants to make a buck, and I respect them for that. And I think Robinhood is the #1 app in America right now. So everybody is flocking to the stock market. Meanwhile, us XRP holders, myself, I've been predicting a stock market crash and getting prepared for it for like over a year now. I've been expecting it. We saw a huge crash in March. And yeah, this is obviously signs of a top. I've had cousins, people that never, like, everybody's talking about this. Everybody's putting their money in. They're pumping up the market. This is probably the last big hurrah before the official crash comes down, in my opinion. I have a lot of research to back that up. I thought it was really funny that all this was happening while the World Economic Forum and Davos agenda was happening. It's all correlated. No such thing as coincidences. They're talking about digital currency resets. Wow. This whole narrative about the little guy taking on the big stock market and blah, blah, blah. In my opinion, it's all by design. It's a cool narrative. It's got both sides thinking they're in this together. And I'm sorry to be sharing the unpopular opinion on this. I've had a lot of people upset with me. But I'm just going to share with you my perspective and what I researched. It's going to be an unpopular opinion, but I think this is all a giant game. And it's honestly the biggest false flag I think I've ever witnessed in my life. I can't even speak right now. There's definitely going to be new regulation coming in. We know the Agenda 2030. You will own nothing and you'll be happy. They don't want you guys to participate in something like this. However, I believe in the good guys, the white hats, and the NESARA plan. But all this, in order for the phoenix to rise, right? The phoenix. In order for the phoenix to rise, for XRP to rise, there has to be the death of this current system we're in. This current system we're in, everybody's learning is trash. It's not for the people, by the people. It's for the Wall Street bankers. If you guys are new to this, I watched last night again, The Big Short. That'll kind of give you an idea of that we're not actually crazy. Just because the price hasn't appreciated in XRP doesn't mean we're wrong, okay? The market can remain irrational longer than most people can stay solvent. This is a giant distraction. I guarantee a lot of people liquidated their XRP positions for these junk stocks. So, as I said from day one, you need to be like an oak tree. You need to have your roots planted deep into the soil and stay firm. You have a long-term plan for your investments. You have a long-term plan, and you have your roots deep. You don't get distracted by all the noise. You stay with your research and the fundamentals of your investments. We're looking for long-term investments here. I love every single one. My brother has made a lot of money off these stocks, and that's freaking awesome. Just make sure that you take profits and you pull your money out once you reach a gain that you're comfortable with. If you're in it for a quick trade, that's awesome. It's an amazing thing, but these are not long-term investments. Don't get those twisted. These are pretty much junk stocks that people are buying and pumping up. And there's a genius plan behind it. I'm not going to get into that. But what I've been doing is I've been doing all my own research and coming up to my own conclusions. So this is all my own conclusions. I'm going to connect a lot of dots for you guys here. But then tonight when I started looking around at what some of the other people are saying, I noticed I'm not the only one. So this is I like this guy a lot, 3T. He's from the banking world. He has the same situation as me. Isn't it funny, GameStop? When you're awake, you can I have my tinfoil hat on now, guys. The game must stop. It's all symbolic. The Wall Street game is coming to an end. It's stopping. AMC was another one because we're watching a movie. We're watching it play out in real time. We've known a reset is coming, whether it's NESARA or the Great Reset. It's happening regardless because our whole system is propped up by fake debt. So we need to go back to real currency backed by gold. That's the NESARA plan. The Great Reset plan is digital currencies, cryptos, things like that. So let's listen to what he has to say.
All fun, right? This is cool. GameStop is going crazy right now. But I'll tell you what, Warriors. This is going to usher in regulation like you've never seen before. Let me repeat that. This is going to usher in regulation like you've never seen before. But you know why? Because you just took big people's money. You just messed with their money. They're backed against the wall right now. You got Davos going on right now. Right now, as we speak, I'm going to show you in real time. I got so much content the next couple days. I'm going to show you in real time what I do 9 hours a day. I study methodically. World Economic Forum, the IMF, the SEC is doing. I understand banking at a very, very deep level, Warriors, and I'll tell you what, a lot of you are going to get shaken out of the marketplace. They are going to shake you out of the marketplace. So if you do not have resilience, if you don't have roots like an oak tree right now, you're in the crypto space, you are going to get shaken out. You're going to be like a leaf in the wind because this right here, Warriors, what just happened with GameStop and AMC, it's not a game to them. It's fun to us to joke about and they got punked or whatever and a lot of people lost a lot of money. But guess what? When we want our money, when we need our money, we wait forever. How long did it take you to get your $600 stimulus check? How long did it take you to get some of you? I got mine on some weird ass card. I don't even want the damn money from it, man. You know what I did with mine? You know what I did with mine. So let's think about that. But when they get punched, oh, they come swinging. And that's what I want. It's all fun and games, right? But Warriors, this is going to shake a lot of you out of the marketplace because they're coming fast and furious. So if you live under a rock, I'm going to show you what happened just recently.
That's a pretty good video. You guys should definitely go check it out. But okay, so we know these bankers are criminals, right? We know that. That's why we're invested in XRP. So imagine you have the mentality of Pablo Escobar or El Chapo. What happens when you take their money? It's not a game. It's not a game. They'll do the most crazy things ever. The funny thing is, I think this is all planned because guess what? When the retail investor gets fucked, absolutely, there's no one. You could cry, it's unfair, the system's rigged, just manipulate it. No one gives a damn. That's the number one thing. This is your hard-earned money. The system isn't fair. It's designed to cut out the weak links. So I don't want to hear you guys complaining about what's fair and what's not fair. It's about being smart and getting a return on our investment. So we have to take responsibility. We know shit's fucked up. And there's no one that we could cry to if one of our investments goes to zero. So, yeah, it's. I think they're going to come back swinging. And if not, what happens when the banks fuck up? When the banks mess up, it doesn't matter to them because they're going to get a bailout. They're going to get a bailout check, and all this whole thing did is going to cause more regulation. They're probably going to do more censorship on these social media platforms to ban group chats and different things like that. So we'll probably get more regulation. They'll probably restrict more freedom of trade, and then the banks get bailed out. So people are laughing right now thinking they're beating the banks. At the end of the day, the banks will have the last laugh because your tax dollars will end up paying for their bailout. That's how this is all going to spin around. But I do have good news to show you the White Hat's plan coming. So here it is. You'll see hedge funds. They're already getting bailouts here. They're already getting bailouts. There's one other thing I wanted to show you in this video. So this shows you the mind. I mean, I've seen Mia Khalifa even post, like porn stars, like random people are talking about it. Meanwhile, while the resetting digital currency convention is going on, only 128 people are watching. So the whole world is focused over here. And then there's only 128 people watching the resetting of digital currencies. It's the perfect distraction, guys. You might make a quick buck, but as soon as they flip this system upside down and reset everything, we don't even know if the dollar will be worth anything at that point. Joe Biden's job, he has one job, to crash everything, to usher in the reset. If the Great Reset wins, they'll crash this shit down to zero. We'll have to get bailed out from the IMF, and we'll pretty much be slaves to the IMF. I believe that's the sole purpose why Joe Biden is there today. They don't want, like, Trump doesn't want to look bad with his legacy, so they have Biden here to do that. So you see, this is all the big players in the world. These videos are only getting 1,000 views. Some of my videos have more than these videos. They're putting it out there for the open, but who's actually going to go do the research? This is another thing that instantly, this guy has 500,000 followers. He has a blue check mark. Meanwhile, we can't post about anti-kid lovers. I want to say that in the most... We can't post about anything on Twitter. I've been banned so many times. I had to get a new phone number just to make an account on Instagram and everything like that. So I've been banned so much, but these guys are fucking up the system and they're able to be freely on here. So really interesting how they have a blue check mark. They have a blue check mark. And AOC all of a sudden is behind something positive. AOC? Come on. And then they got some stage protest, eat the rich. People don't understand, when you bankrupt the hedge funds, that's going to destroy a big portion of the economy. The economy goes down, other things crash, everything crashes down with it. So you guys are fighting the wrong enemy. They're fighting the wrong enemy. It's going to crash the whole system down. And they have these staged people there. Eat the rich. This is staged. Okay. Now let me show you guys some more. Then I'll get into the positive news. The little guy's beating the man, right? Then how come BlackRock, who has ties to China, may have raked in $2.4 billion on GameStop retail-driven stock frenzy? So the big guys are involved in this, guys. Anytime the whole world, the mainstream, everybody's talking about one thing at the same time, good chance that's a false flag. I'm going to be blunt. Probably going to have people in my comment section, but I don't care. I'm going to speak my truth. And a lot of people are blinded by greed. I got in a lot of fights telling people, hey, look, like, this is BS. It's going to have major consequences. And it's not funny. It's not a game. This isn't a meme. When the older generation loses their pensions and this whole stock market crash, no one's going to be laughing. Absolutely no one's going to be laughing. That's why I do all this research. And I share this information for you because, I'm shocked. But people are making money, so they're blinded. They get mad at me for calling out this truth. And then they're like, well, Zach, just get involved, make some money. Like I said, I'm in for the long run. Vanguard is also a part of it. Vanguard is affiliated with Elon Musk and some of his companies. Morgan Stanley, biggest companies in the world, are involved with this. Who's going to go beyond TikTok influencers to find this out? Not too many people. They're too busy researching Dogecoin, which is a known joke and a meme, and they're trying to make a quick little flip, which is cool if you make the flip. But none of these are long-term investments. None of them are real value. I could go on. I have so much. It's like, what do Elon Musk, GameStop, Tesla all have in common? Try owned by Blackrock and Vanguard. Conflict of interest. I have so much of this. We could go on all day, guys. Barry, this is a big crypto investor. I hope you're paying attention. This is called the stock market top. Like I said, I've been preparing for the stock market to topple down. I never thought they would have such a creative way to blame us people, us small fries, for it. And they did. They came up with a way that they're going to crash the fuck out of this market and then blame us. When this has been due for a crash, March it crashed. The only reason why we pumped it up with quantifying easing. So the crash should have happened a long time. We've been propped up through debt. So Barry, this is called the stock market top. When I have little cousins, little high school kids talking about getting in the stock market, Robinhood's the number one app that's definitely at the top. So where's the positives? We're invested in crypto. Crypto is the real movement against the economic powers. Crypto is the real answer to ending the banking cartels. Crypto is the real answer to being sovereign and controlling our own wealth in the hands of the people. Cryptocurrencies can't, a lot of them, they are good, they can't be censored. They can't, you could bank yourself. You don't need a bank. There's no fees. You're complete control. Lots of, like HSBC, who's a Ripple partner, they're closed 82 branches recently because they're no longer needed because XRP cuts out all those middlemen. So the real movement against this would be buying silver. That's also a part of crashing the system, or the cryptos. Robinhood shuts down GameStop shares. This is all a narrative. We need new voting systems because the voting is controlled by an entity, centralized. So we need decentralized voting machines. We're watching the rollout of blockchain happen in real time. Now, they need to shut down stock exchanges so they're not controlled by an entity and make them decentralized. I did a video breakdown last night of Algorand. Algorand already has a stock exchange built for tech stocks off a blockchain that is completely decentralized. This bullshit that Robinhood cannot happen on the Algorand stock exchange. It can't. So we're witnessing the narrative being built that we need a new system. The people are believing that, or like, it's so hard to explain because it's so complex. The people are going to cheer this on. We need a new system. They're going to help usher in the blockchain. I'm a fan of the blockchain though. It's all building the narrative. A permissionless and decentralized platform, a level playing field. That's what we're all hoping for, right? A level playing field where it's fair for everyone. We, the people, will discover the key to the level playing field. We'll no longer allow the elite to rig the system against us. You want to win this war? Buy gold and silver, buy XRP, and hold indefinitely. So this guy's on the same page. They interview these guys, and this is exactly what they bring up. These guys are huge investors in crypto. And they bring up how things need to become decentralized. They need a decentralized stock exchange.
So welcome back to the CNBC, and let's start right there. I mean, both of you run a cryptocurrency exchange. You both own a lot of Bitcoin. Why are you joining this debate around GameStop and AMC? Tyler, I'll start with you.
Well, this is really fascinating because the individual investor has rallied on a Reddit board called Wall Street Bets and run over a hedge fund, which is the first time in history. Usually it's the hedge funds running over the little guys or shorting and destroying businesses. So that really caught our eye, that movement.
And Cameron, in a way, the Bitcoin chart looks a lot cryptocurrency similar to the one who is going long these heavily shorted names?
I think that's to some extent. Crypto and Bitcoin is very much an individual movement about the empowerment of the individual, and that's why we built Gemini, to give people greater independence, choice, and opportunity. So I think there's a lot of common themes going on right now in these different groups.
What are those themes, Tyler? I mean, this has really struck a chord. Just reading your Twitter, reading the tweets that you've put out there in the last couple of hours, saying that if you want to take revenge against the suits, buy GameStop and AMC. I mean, do you own these stocks?
I purposely don't. I wanted to come on this show and not be conflicted, which is very different than every hedge fund manager that comes on this show. They have a position, they talk their book, they influence the market.
If you were in these names,
is going to pour directly into decentralized finance, which is permissionless, where you can't be deplatformed. Right? It shows all the.
He just brought it up. I skipped to the end. Decentralized finance, where you can't be deplatformed. When the blockchain comes out, you won't be able to have your account deleted, like on Twitter or whatever, because everything will be permissionless, decentralized, for the people, by the people. And that's where we're shifting to, and that's what this narrative is all about. So, another side of it. It's time for the SEC and Congress to make the economy work for everyone, not just Wall Street. So they're building the narrative for a people's economy. And what's NESARA all about? NESARA is all about giving the power back to the people. And I remembered right here, forgive credit card, mortgage, and other bank debt due to illegal banking and government activities. Obviously, we just seen the government interfere with the free market. We just saw all this illegal activity from banks and these entities. This could be a whole narrative to seize the assets of the banks and shut them all down, like NESARA is talking about, to usher in the sound gold-backed money, which will be moved off the XRP open network. So if you haven't heard about NESARA, definitely we'll do another deep dive on it. But it also mentioned voting, controlled voting. So everything on this list is all playing out. You just need to have a problem to create a reaction to have a solution. Problem, reaction, solution. You think anyone who is over the age of 80 years old wants to hear this is a new financial system coming and they got to learn how to switch over to a new system? No. There has to be a problem great enough that causes the people to react and get angry. And then you get to come in with an amazing silver platter and offer the people the solution. I am not Team Great Reset. I am Team NESARA. I believe it's already done, and we're watching the movie of it all playing out. And it's funny. Part of the narrative is Nasdaq threatens to halt stocks over social media chatters. This guy goes, this is a significant announcement, and during NESARA, there would eventually need to be a stock market holiday and bank holiday to fully transition to the new system. Patriots will be watching. So I believe that we go deep right now. I believe through the looking glass technology that the White Hat team has, they've foreseen this event happening, which is why they developed the XRP coin and the on-demand liquidity, because once everything crashes due to government and banks' illegal activity, which is all by design, they will be able to pump the system instantly with liquidity, which is XRP. So I think we're going to go through some bumpy roads. At the end, it's going to be beautiful, especially for us people that have been paying attention and researching. So a lot of people are like, okay, that world reserve currency, you lost me there. That's way too big. And I want to show you directly from our CEO's mouth just how real this is.
When XRP was created, this actually was created before Ripple existed. They created
The creators created XRP to be a global reserve currency, straight from the CEO, Brad Garlinghouse. Quote it. It's real. And whether the good guys win, whether the bad guys win, we are going to have a system reset. New currency reset. It's a must. The fiat dollar has been dead for a long time. It's backed by debt. It's backed by nothing. And in order for us to transition, we need to move into a new gold-backed economy. Now, let me just show you one more thing that just popped up in my head. So we all know in the long run, Trump has always been proven to be right. So he said everything that would happen with this election, he proved to be right. Everything that he always says proves to be right in the end. Sorry, guys.
Look at the records. He tried to hurt Social Security years ago.
All right, let's move
but
on.
this
I'm
is
going to
the
move
guy
on.
that when they
Mr.
announced,
President, I have to move on to the next question.
they said
or
the
else
stock
we're not
market
going to have
will
time to
boom
talk about it.
if I'm elected. If he's elected, the stock market will crash.
Okay, let's move
Biggest
on to the
analysts
next
say
question
that.
very quickly.
Look, the idea that because that measure, what happens to the ordinary people out there? What happens to them?
Let's talk about what's happening on Capitol Hill. We're going to move on.
401ks are through the roof.
We're going to
The
move on.
stock are through the roof.
Hey, NBC News viewers.
So you just heard it from Trump himself. Biden elected, stock market will crash. We have low unemployment. We have low GDP. For what's it called? We're not producing as much money as we normally produce because of the whole Corona situation. Unemployment's down. Lots of people are out of work. Yet the stock market keeps raising and raising and raising. Now we got GameStop raising. We got all these shit stocks raising when our economy does not reflect that. That is a sign of a crash. Trump predicted it, and we're watching it play out in real time. Do not be blinded by greed. I mean, if you want to chase a quick buck, by all means do it. But a lot of people, I'm predicting this is going to have big, big consequences. There's going to be big consequences. And on the other hand, because there's always opportunities in chaos. On the other hand, people who position themselves correctly are going to be a part of the greatest wealth transfer in history. So stay vigilant, stay with your research, trust what you're doing. And I believe we're in the perfect storm right now for XRP to straight up moon. Once we let the cage of the SEC lawsuit go away, oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. We're in the perfect storm for XRP to skyrocket. And yeah, I mean, I could go on for so long, but I went all over the place this one. Tomorrow I'll be back to the regular, just straight up research with XRP. I share with you guys a lot of different theories, a lot of what's been going through my mind. If you like it, cool. If not, definitely go check out some of my other videos. You might like those more. But we're in an amazing, historical time in human history, and I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm going to have my popcorn right next to me, enjoying the show, because this is probably the most amazing movie I ever watched. So just remember how the elite work. They work off a problem, and they create the reaction, and then they offer you the solution. The solution will either be the Great Reset or the NESARA. And I firmly believe NESARA is happening, and we're about to enter the golden age. So everybody, have a great night. Leave a comment, subscribe, and see you guys tomorrow.